Hey, so we're gonna today talk about how you can generate tokens compatible with semantic VIP so that you can use your Authenticator app instead of having to use the semantic VIP app. So a lot of times people will have multiple 2FA tokens for their various sites, Google, Amazon, other sites, and a lot of the financial sites actually use semantic VIP, and that requires a special app, and that app can only be installed on one device. And so if you have like a iPad and a phone or an Android tablet and something else, and you want to actually have your VIP two places, like you and a spouse might share, access to the financial or significant other, then maybe you want to back it up. So semantic VIP doesn't support backup. So if you actually lose your phone, there's actually no way to recover that token. So the simplest thing to do is actually generate your own semantic VIP token and then install that in your Authenticator app and then use it on your site. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this with Docker just because I don't want to install any software and I don't trust any website. You could actually build your own. So if you were to come here, this is actually the main GitHub site if you were super nerdy like me. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Anyway, you could pull this down and install Python, and then you would, that's pull request, we don't want to do that. And then you could run this. What I'm actually going to do is I did a fork of this and updated the documentation to show you how to do this in Docker and have image automatically push to Docker Hub. So we're just going to pull an image from Docker Hub, run it, generate a token, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to pull an image from Docker. We're going to generate a VIP, Otp Auth, VIP ID. Let's call this a VIP ID, and Otp Auth, which is a URL using Docker and vipaccess. Then we're going to save that stuff off somewhere somewhere secure, so that later on, if I have another device I want to add this to, I can do it. We're going to generate a QR code. That'll actually make it where we don't have to type a long URL or anything. We're just going to take a picture with a phone or a tablet, and it'll automatically load it into the Authenticator. The Authenticator apps all have QR support. And then we will go to, well, I'm not actually going to demo this, but these last two things are really for you. So light color, nerdy technical thing. Semi-technical, blue, we're going to use the Docker Hub, Docker image. Red, we're actually going to save this thing off so that we have use of it later. This is sort of critical if you want to put it on multiple devices, unless you're running Microsoft Authenticator, which does its own backups, and you can restore it to a second device. Okay, and then we're going to scan it in to the device, and we're going to do that. I probably won't show the green stuff today. All right, and we're going to use this image, like I said. Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm going to go, I haven't done this, I actually built all this on the Mac, and so now I'm going to try and do it here on my Windows machine. So Docker pull freemansoft / python-vipaccess. Pull denied, repository does not exist. Oh, what did I do wrong? We can pause temporarily. Okay, so I did a login, and I didn't type anything else to make sure this is going to work, so we're going to try it one more time. Nope. Yeah, so don't do that in PowerShell. I'm doing this in a command window. All right, so it's going to pull down the image, blah, blah, blah. It's 150 megabytes. It got a little bigger because I added the QR code generator, so that way we wouldn't have to do anything weird. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm actually just going to generate a token, right? And it turns out on my mobile app, the prefix for all the tokens generated, and I don't think it really matters, is SYMC on the iOS devices. So what I'm going to do, that's weird. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to So I'm going to run the Docker command that just generates the token. And that's because I actually need to do the freemansoft version. There we go. Man, do you edit everything out or not? That's really the question. Okay, so the important things to know here, and I will highlight this hopefully when I do the editing, is this is the OTP auth string. So you can actually double click on this if you have the VIP client installed. It'll actually install this as a second ID. Or you can open this in the authentication tools. They all know to use the OTP auth. That'll actually generate a TOTP, a one-time token generator piece, and you're good to go. The things that are important to know though, when you register on a financial site, and you can see it actually in this string is what they will ask you to register, and they will ask you to register this and the current token value. So you install it in the app, and then when they ask you to register, you look at whatever's currently showing up on the app as a timer, and then this. And you can actually see here in the URL, right, this piece right here is the magic string that Symantec expects you to type in any site that's enabled with their stuff. This secret, which is the same secret here, right? This secret is actually the secret seed for the timer. So this is super important. This part is really just for Symantec, but this part is what's actually used by the TOTP. Okay, so I now have this. I would save this off. And since it generates a new one each time, I'm not even going to scrub this because I'm never going to use this token. When I run it again, it'll generate a new one. Actually, I'll just show you that. Okay, so you can see here it generated a new one. So every time it'll generate a new one. All right, so what's next? The last part is a little weird. What I want to do is I'm going to generate the QR code. So we saved all this off somewhere, the OTP auth string and this credential, right? And then, let's make a little space. What I'm going to do is docker run. So I installed QR encode in this Docker image, so you don't have to have it. And if you're on a Windows machine, you don't have it anyway, so that doesn't work. And then I'm going to tell it to generate an ANSI 256 graphic. And then what I'm going to do is take this string that we generated and enter it here and hit run. And that's the code that you scan with your QR. Quick walkthrough to show you how we can use the Authenticator app. We scan the barcode, enable the camera, point it at the ASCII window. It shows you the code. We'll wait and see that the code changes. And now we have a valid app. What did we do? We pulled a Docker image. We generated this using the command line. I pretended to save it somewhere. Then I generated a QR code. And then I will offline go and scan that QR code with my phone in one of the Authenticator apps. And then I will go to a website and enable 2FA. And that's all there is to it. This totally rocks. You just basically pull down this repo and read the README at the bottom where it tells you how to do this, right? Cool. All right. Best of luck. Bye.